Greetings and thanks for ending your Monday on 2K Sports with some NBA hoops. In this game, we'll see the Utah Jazz against the Charlotte Hornets here at Spectrum Center. I'm Brian. Well, Grant, tonight we've got two teams who aren't afraid to slow the pace of the game.
Well, B.A., it's because they're both adept at operating their half-court sets. They don't feel the need to push the tempo all the time.
The starters for Utah, Filipowski out there with Kenyon Martin. Then there's Collier, and it's Juzang in at the 3 spot. Martin outside. Here's Sensabaugh. Connects from downtown.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Outside Curry. Williams with the screen. And Seth Curry with the 3.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Pass to Filipowski. Here's Sensabaugh. 6 to shoot. Connects on the 17-footer. Sensabaugh's got 5 points.
Rock-solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from there.
Curry finds some space, and he buries that one. Back rim and in. Curry's got his second bucket of the night.
Yeah, you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what. If he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
Here's Simpson. 10 points in his last outing. Green, a screen. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Jazz. About 2 minutes gone by in the first quarter. Pass to Sensabaugh. Shoots over Curry. It's hauled in by Simpson.
Yeah, loose coverage by the defense, but he just couldn't make them pay.
Now here's Green. Here's Simpson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Oh, from deep. The rebound by Filipowski. The Jazz have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Out to the right wing. For 3, Collier. He can't hit that time. And so it's Curry with it. He brings it up for Charlotte. Grant, a big reason for Utah to be excited about the future. Their young head coach, Will Hardy.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, he's had this team competitive after trading away both Mitchell and Gobert. And I love how Hardy has developed guys like Lauri Markkanen.
Pass to Juzang. Here's Collier. Martin outside. Here's Sensabaugh, and it's going to be a 24-second violation. They turn it over. A lot of talented passers entered the league this season. Let's take a look at the rookies with the best assist numbers. Isaiah Collier on top.
He's way ahead of where you expect him to be in terms of awareness. The team trusts him with the ball unequivocally.
Outside Curry. Bridges outside. Pass to Williams. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way.
Everyone in the building saw the obvious contact.
Charlotte shooting their initial free throws of the game here. He misses the free throw. Grant, the Hornets are a team hoping to end a pretty substantial playoff drought.
Yeah, it's been a long time since they made a buzz in the postseason, but their return could be closer than people think. A few smart moves here or there might be all it takes.
And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout, and we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. And here in the first quarter, a little over 3.5 minutes played. Pass to Juzang. Here's Sensabaugh. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Collier. Oh, he clanks that one off the back iron and it falls. Charlotte has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Curry with it. Fires the three. Sinks the tray. Curry's got his third basket on the night right there.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
Here's Martin. It's hauled in by Simpson.
Yeah, well, that's a shot the defense is probably going to let him keep taking.
And he's headed to the line for 2. He gets the whistle there. Stan on the tail end of a back-to-back. Tired legs can be a factor.
Yet fatigue as part of a long NBA season. And to me, it's the veteran guys who know how to be successful even when they're not at 100% that do the best in these situations.
Here's Martin. The three-pointer off the mark. Here's Charlotte. They're on a 12-4 run. And it's Bridges with the jam.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. Pass to Martin. Here's Collier. Here's Sensabaugh. He's got 5. Knocks down the long J. Sensabaugh's got 8. Here's Simpson. And here's Curry for 3. And it's Martin with the rebound. Pass to Collier. And here's Martin. Shoots over Bridges. Williams grabs the board.
Hard to turn down a look that good. Still, long twos are losing favor, and misses like that are the reason why.
Outside, Green. Lets it fly. Rebound, Utah. Last time they met in Salt Lake City.
They were out-hustled on the boards the last time these teams met.
Martin outside. To the right side. They set the pick. He shoots. Shot's good by Sensabaugh. He's got 10.
Well, there's no question he's carrying the load in this quarter, but he's going to need some help.
And it's Charles Lee calling timeout here. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Charlotte making a change here. Smith's checked in. A big group substitution here for Utah. Pass to Curry. From the baseline. Shot is good. Off the back rim and in. Curry's got 10.
Well, he got to his spot in the mid-range, and that's a shot he's going to make more often than not.
Inside. Here's Filipowski, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Well, he sends it inside where they can get a high percentage look. That's just great basketball.
Curry surveys. Here's Williams. Uses the glass on the layup.
Yeah, secures the ball off the glass. Does a nice job going right back up.
George outside. Here's Mikhailuk. Smith with the rebound.
Well, he's more than comfortable in the mid-range, but you can't make them all.
Curry passes to Smith. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Now it's a 6-point Hornet lead.
And their offense looking like a well-oiled machine.
And there's the screen. Here's Springer. Got a piece of it, and it's out of bounds to the Jazz as Utah retains possession. A big group substitution here for Charlotte. Just 5 on the clock. Here's George. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. The 16th pick in last year's draft, Keontae George, was thrown right into the fire his rookie season, Stan.
Yeah, down the stretch, he was basically handed the keys to the offense at the point guard position. He may take some lumps, but his talent level is evident.
That's good from George.
And there's no question George can fill it up. For him, it's about focusing on shooting good percentages.
George hits them both. Maybe the results haven't been there in recent seasons, but the Jazz have an exciting young core, Coach.
Yeah, they do, B.A. They've focused on youth, and some of those guys are developing into very good players. If this core stays in place and gels and they can add to it a little bit, watch out for this Jazz team.
To the middle. Here's Filipowski, and that's off the glass and in.
Boy, oh boy. Both teams lighting it up to start this game.
Yeah, and I'm sure both coaches would like to see more defensive intensity from their teams.
So far, rebounding has been a focal point for them.
George against Smith. George passes to Mikhailuk. Nope, another miss. 0 for 2 to start the game. Hornets leading by 4.
You know, the question is, do you leave him in? A third foul this early could spell trouble.
Martin, he's checked in for Utah.
Now into the lineup for the Jazz, number 99, Kenyon Martin Jr.
Now here's Smith. 11 points for him last game against New Orleans.
Wow, some strong perimeter shooting here in the first quarter.
Here's Springer. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Hornets.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
Yeah, also, you got to appreciate how unselfish they've been. I mean, the ball movement has been impressive, and the assist numbers are off the chart.
Salon, no good. Jazz trail by 5. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
Second personal foul.
And a look at the stats for LaMelo Ball.
And he's gone cold over the last 10 games, guys. His scoring numbers are down, and he can't seem to get out of this rough patch. He's got to get himself going tonight, or they'll start losing patience with him.
The first one falls. Hits one, then misses the second attempt from the line. Hornets leading by 4. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Well, a lot of change for this Hornets organization. New ownership, a new front office, a new head coach, some exciting new talent. They're renovating the arena and building a new practice facility. Other than that, not much has changed. BA?
Business as usual, Allie. Thanks. Shibwe. Back to George. Shot clock at 5. Springer misses. Charlotte has gone 3 of 7 from beyond the arc in the first. Ooh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now.
And I love watching Smith challenge the defense and getting the foul in the process.
He's getting his first free throw attempts of the night now. That's good from Smith.
And for Smith, the quickness, the jump shot, the potential. I mean, it's all there.
That one's no good.
Yeah, just some missed opportunities at the stripe. Unfortunate.
Pass to George. Here's Shibwe, defended by Nurkic. And the basket by Shibwe. 32 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Diabate. Back to Smith. The three ball. On target from range. Smith's got his third bucket of the night.
A dead-eye shooter. Nick Smith is great from three-point land. That might be his biggest asset to this team.
Here's Martin. Tried to come right back with a three of his own, but it's no good. Seth Curry. He's been the guy making things happen for Charlotte. He put together 10 points in the quarter. We'll be right back after this word. If you're just joining us, we played through one quarter in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen from Charlotte?
Well, they've really been racking up three-pointers in bunches. They've been so impressive to watch.
And with each made three, their confidence continues to build. Their opposition might want to change their approach to try to slow them down.
We've got Smith. Miles Bridges is out there with Mark Williams. And it's Salon in at the small forward position. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Hornets. For three, Collier. He's looking good. 2 buckets and 3 attempts.
Well, hey, you give him some daylight, he can knock it down.
Pass to Simpson. Now here's Williams. That's tipped. Here's Sensabaugh, covered by Smith. Here's Collier, just 5 to shoot. Pass to Shibwe. Over Williams. Shibwe misses. Hornets leading by 3. Bridges passes to Smith. Jacks up a 3. Rebounded by Juzang. Here's Sensabaugh. Hey, in 6 attempts, he's made 5. Talk about efficiency. Second quarter basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. Here's Salon. Up and in from the low block. Salon, he's gotten his second bucket. Jazz trail by 3. Here's Collier. He's got 5. And he lobs it up. And stolen by Williams. Pass to Salon. Now Bridges. Here's Salon. The rebound by Filipowski. Filipowski's got 4 rebounds now. They set the pick. For 3, Collier. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Smith outside. Here in quarter 2, we played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Bridges misses. Jazz trail by 3. Here's Sensabaugh. 12 points for him. And another miss by Utah.
Started out strong from three-point land. Hit 2 in the first quarter, but he's gone dry since.
It's good.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
Here's Collier. Taking a look at his production. Averaging just over 8 points a game. And he banks in the layup. Collier's got 7.
Yeah, I'd call this ideal scoring distance. It's almost too easy.
And it's Charles Lee calling timeout here. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. Grant, when you talk about consistency and officiating game to game, you think there's room for improvement?
You know, I do think so. I mean, they're allowing more contact, but overall, more clarity on what constitutes legal guarding position would help players and officials.
Green's checked in for Charlotte. For 3, Smith. To the left side wing. Bridges passes to Smith. Goes back up. Rebounded by Shibwe.
Wow, missed opportunity from point-blank range. You've got to make those.
Pass to Collier. Here's Filipowski. From downtown, 3 shots, 3 baskets. Great efficiency so far.
Well, so many bigs excel from three-point range these days, and he's right up there with the best of them.
Smith passes to Green. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play. And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight. Curry, he's checked in for Smith. George, he's checked in for Utah.
Josh Green. One shot.
One shot.
Jazz trail by 3. Here's Shibwe. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. That's on Mark Williams. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. The Hornets have gotten 5 of 8 attempts to drop since the second began. Charlotte, no good that time either. Utah's gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter in the second so far. Pass to Sensabaugh. Here's the pick. Here's Shibwe. Here's Collier. He has 7. Over Green. Collier, no good. Here's Simpson. Right side, Williams. And Williams punches it home.
Woo! BA, that's lit.
Ferocious all the way. Man, that was good. Pass to George. Here's Collier. The rebound by Bridges.
I'm sure he'd like to have that back. That's a missed opportunity.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Williams. And a quick look at how Charlotte's schedule is shaping up. On Wednesday, they'll begin a road trip starting in Indiana, going up against the Pacers. Then on Friday, they'll be matching up against DeMar DeRozan and the Sacramento Kings.
And that game against Memphis, that's where you have to bring your A-plus effort, especially when you know you're going to be facing a more talented team.
Martin, he's checked in for Utah. And we've got a timeout called by Will Hardy. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. And if you're looking for proficiency in scoring over the last month, look no further than this group. 5th, Mark Williams.
One of the hottest players in the league. He's been really sharp from the field recently.
Now George. 26 points for him last game against the Nuggets in Denver.
You gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss. And the lead increases on a crazy offensive sequence.
Man, the dunk alone would have been incredible, let alone the fact that it came off a pinpoint pass. Shibwe. The Jazz again can't hit. Hornets leading by 6. And this will be a second trip to the free throw line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. And he makes both free throws. All right, Coach, what are some qualities you're looking for in a lead guard?
Well, look, you want a guy that can make plays, that can control the game. When I first got into the league, people thought about point guards as traditional pass-first guys. But now it means more than that. You want a guy who can make plays, whether it's for himself or for his teammates.
Shots good by Simpson.
Just so successful getting the ball inside and finding those great looks.
Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
Mikhailu, pass to Martin to end the run. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
This is his first trip to the free throw line tonight. A big group substitution here for Charlotte. Good on both.
Yeah, great effort tonight, and he's been rewarded with trips to the line.
Pass to Salah. Utah grabs the miss. Martin, the pass to George. Here's Springer. Shot clock at 6. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. He's made 3 of 4 free throw attempts in this game.
Third team foul. Shooting for the Jazz, Jaden Springer. At the line for 2.
And he knocks down the first one. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Hornets leading by 6. Jeffries, the pass to Smith. And a nice finish on the layup. Smith's got 11 points.
Yeah, Smith plays bigger than his size. He's got great bounce, and it helps him make plays there on the inside.
And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. Just 5 games left on the year. Let's take a look at the current seedings in the West. Taking a look at Utah, a really frustrating season for them. They're looking forward to the draft.
When I look at Utah, this is not where they wanted to be at this point in the season. It looks like there's a pretty sizable talent gap between them and the real contenders.
Yeah, well, the franchise is in flux a little bit, and anyone who's faced a rebuild knows how frustrating it can be. Well, he's a reason why they're winning right now. He's been efficient offensively, and his confidence continues to grow.
Pass to Mikhailuk. Gets an open look and hits it. Mikhailuk's got his first points of the night.
A growing aspect of George's game. He's working to become a strong facilitator.
Gibson passes to Jeffries. Back to Gibson. 5 to shoot. Here's Jeffries. Lets it fly from 18. The offensive rebound. And Williams punches it home.
And that's why you don't give up on the glass.
Man, his efforts well rewarded right there.
Well, that's what he does. He makes an impact with his activity on the boards.
Mikhailuk, the pass to George. Shakes him. And it's good on the lay-in.
And just muscling it in, George, very aggressive.
Smith passes to Williams, shoots over Filipowski, and Williams gets the bucket on the assist by Smith. Jazz trail by 11. 1:49 left in the second quarter. Martin with the bucket.
Well, anytime you can get a good look close in like that, it's always your best option.
Timeout.
And we've got a timeout called by Charles Lee. He's going to talk it over with his guys.
It may be a players' league, but the coaches obviously play a big part as well.
And this is when a coach earns his paycheck. Analyze the situation and give your players the information they need to succeed.
Nurkic has checked in for Charlotte. And there's 1:38 left in the first half. Pass to Gibson. Out to the wing. Clock at 6. There's a screen by Nurkic. An open look for Smith. The rebound by Filipowski. Filipowski's got 5 rebounds tonight.
And guys, his shot hasn't been falling this quarter.
Oh!
Wow!
Playing from behind, it's amazing he chose a dunk with that high a difficulty rating.
Yeah, no question. That was a stellar move with plenty of swagger. Knocks it loose. Here's Mikhailuk. Lays it up and banks it in. Mikhailuk's gotten 4 this quarter.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Pass to Gibson to the paint. And the powerful one-handed slam.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative.
So do you sit him with 3 fouls? Big decision for his coach here.
For the Jazz, Juzang comes in for Mikhailuk, and Sensabaugh subbed in for Springer. 24 seconds left in the second quarter. Here's Sensabaugh. Drills it from deep. Sensabaugh's got 15.
They are shooting it well from beyond the arc right now.
Smith outside. Pass to Nurkic. Shoots over Filipowski. Easy jumper from very short distance. And the Hornets lead by 6. And so it's the Charlotte Hornets leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. Just pounding the painted area. That's helped them build an advantage. Time for a quick break, then back to the action.
It's time for your fan half-court shot. Please direct your attention to center court. Drums.
Hey everybody, halftime is upon us, and the scoreboard showing a deficit for the Utah Jazz.
I don't know what they have to do to get a rebound. They're fortunate to still be in this game.
Well, we know rebounding is partly a hustle stat. But I don't know if the energy is their problem. They're just getting pushed around, Shaq.
Next up, let's see who made the honors for our NBA Players of the Week. The Western Conference winner, LeBron James.
Well, LeBron is no stranger to this award. Listen, he probably don't even know he won it. Man's been tearing it up, like he always does, leading his team in a huge way. People talk about his scoring, but it's the playmaking that's just as impactful.
And that's it for halftime. Thank you for joining us. We send you back to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Here's Collier. So the Jazz 5 right now. We've got Filipowski. Collier is out there with Kenyon Martin. And it's Sensabaugh in at the shooting guard position. Here's Collier. And out of bounds. Charlotte will have it. And since the All-Star break, here's a look at the best rebounders in the league. Mark Williams, third.
Since the break, we've seen a renewed focus from him on the boards, and I know his entire team appreciates that lift.
Hornets leading by 6. Here's Simpson. Outside. Green. Green. A screen. Curry. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
Well, you can see why he's a go-to guy for them. They trust in his ability to shoulder the offensive load.
Here's Juzang. And he goes in for the dunk.
A dynamic finish, then decides to hang out a little for good measure.
Yep, that's the exclamation point right there. The 3 from Curry. That's basket number 6 in 8 tries.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from there.
They set the screen. Here's Collier. 6 to shoot. Williams grabs the board. Williams has got rebound number 8 here already in the game.
Their strong work ethic has been evident on the glass, really getting after it and being physical.
Simpson no good. Jazz trail by 9. It's Martin on the wing. Pass to Collier. Here's Juzang. Here's Collier. He's got 7. There's the triple. Hornets with the rebound. Williams has got 9 rebounds now. Down low. Bridges. And that one's good. And Green with the assist. And now an 11-point Hornet lead.
And it gets even worse for them. I mean, he just waltzes down the lane, extending their advantage. Not good.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Here's Collier. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Collier's got 9. Charlotte leading by 9. Pass to Curry. Here's Green. Rebounded by the Jazz.
Well, when you get that kind of look inside, you have to capitalize.
Here's Martin. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Personal foul.
And growing up in California, Stan, when did you first fall in love with the game of basketball?
Well, Brian, my dad coached for a long time, and I just remember going to his practices and going to his games. I can't remember a time where I didn't love the game.
Shibwe's checked in for Utah. Springer comes in for Juzang. Green in the post. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
And he just powered through contact, trying to complete the play.
He's got free throw attempts 4 and 5 here. And both free throws good for Green. And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here.
Coach definitely wants to talk about their interior defense, which has not been impressive.
Yeah, it's basically a layup line. You're not going to win many games if you can't offer more resistance than that.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Shot's good by Sensabaugh. 17 points in the game.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
Bridges outside. Pass to Curry. There's the three. Here's Williams. Ooh, he's been flawless tonight. Now he's 6 for 6.
Yeah, that's a nice hustle play, but boy, it drives a coach crazy to concede second chance points.
Martin outside. And there's a pick. Launches a three. Hornets with the rebound. Williams has got 11 rebounds in the game. Pass to Bridges. Outside Curry. Shoots over Collier. Ooh, pops the J after a cagey pass fake. And now an 11-point Charlotte lead. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Well, in today's high-scoring NBA, every position has to be a threat. All-star Donovan Mitchell said, "We're getting away from the point guards who are just floor generals. It's passing and scoring that you're starting to see. And your level of scoring allows you to be a better playmaker. Teams have to respect that."
No doubt, Allie. Thank you. Pass to Shibwe. Here's Collier. Utah with another miss.
It's been a challenging quarter for them, and his offensive inconsistency is a driving factor.
Here's Simpson. Taking a look at his production, averaging just over 8 points a game.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. We love it.
Absolutely. They're playing their game and executing at a real high level. Everything is working for them right now.
Martin a screen. Here's Springer. And down it goes. 2 points. Springer's got 7 points in the game. Charlotte leading by 14. And it's Charles Lee calling timeout here. He wants to review the game plan. Some changes for Charlotte. Diabate's checked in for Green. And Jeffrey subbed in for Curry. Here's Simpson. He has 6. Here's Williams. Rebounded by Springer.
Not really what we expected. You know he wants that one back.
He's all alone. And the big dunk at the end of the break.
Just great work cashing in on the fast break.
Well, converting on those transition opportunities is just so important.
That one falls. 6 points for him.
What a finish inside from George, showing he can handle physical defense.
Simpson buries it from 3. And the Hornets lead by 17. George scanning the floor. Here's Sensabaugh. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
Well, he's playing great tonight, but not quite well enough to carry the entire team. They need to find some other contributors.
Here's Smith. 14 points for him. Pass to Salah. Williams with the screen. Offensive board. To the wing, right side. Salah, no good.
Yeah, he hasn't had the best night from the field, but his teammates have had his back.
Here's Sensabaugh. 5 on the clock. Sees the lob. Got a hand on it, and they forced the shot clock violation. Great D. Smith against George. Pass to Salah. Back to Smith. 6 on the shot clock. Williams a screen on George. Smith no good. Jazz trail by 14. Here's Springer. It's rebounded by Jeffries.
Well, just inexcusable not to finish that one off, especially since the defense wasn't really a factor there.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Yeah, come on, they're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Williams. And a switch here also for Utah. Filipowski, he's checked in for Sensabaugh. And it's good. Fought through contact, hit the shot, and will go to the line. Let's get a quick check of the scoring breakdown here for Charlotte.
Well, they've clearly been focused on getting the ball inside, and up to this point, the defense has not had an answer.
Also, they were ultra consistent from outside, hitting a high percentage of those shots tonight.
Basket counts. Salon, he's got 10 points in the game.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from there.
George, no good. Hornets leading by 16. Pass to Salah. To the inside. Here's Diabate. Smith outside. Puts it up from 12. The rebound by Filipowski. Filipowski's got rebound number 7 tonight. And here's George. He's got 6. Here's Mikhailuk, defended by Nurkic. The Jazz need to get one up in a hurry. George, his shot is good.
And there's a nice rhythm to his three-point shot. You know, George has a confident stroke.
Pass to Diabate. Here's Salon. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Salon, he's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
Here's Springer. Smith with the rebound. Smith's got 4 rebounds in the game.
They've shown the power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Pass to Salah. Here's the 3. Utah grabs the miss. Filipowski's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Oh, they get a hand on it. Here's Smith. He gets it in there. Smith's got 16 points now.
Defensively, they've got to get more bodies in the paint. That's 3 straight field goals from below the free throw line.
There's a screen. Springer passes to Filipowski. Just 5 to shoot. Here's George. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
And they've done well from the free throw line this half. No misses yet.
And this will be his 3rd and 4th free throws of the game here. That free throw no good.
An intriguing young talent. George's upside as a scorer is especially enticing.
The Hornets making a switch here. Bridges is checked in. Martin, he's checked in for Utah. Collier comes in for Springer. Here's Jeffries. He's got 5. For 3, Smith. That shot makes him 7 for 14. He's been good tonight.
Well, that's now his 3rd triple of the game. First here in this second half.
Here's Collier, covered by Smith. Martin lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Martin's got 4 points in the quarter.
His nimbleness makes him a unique threat at the rim.
And so it's the Charlotte Hornets, leading by 17 at the end of the period. How about the way they've attacked the paint? This throwback approach is paying off. We'll be back in a moment. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist to the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Now that is an elite level dish. What a great passer.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. They've got Miles Bridges, and it's Simpson in at the point. That's the Hornets 5. Outside, Green. Pass to Jeffries. Deflected. To the paint. Here's Collier. Here's Springer. Martin a screen. For 3. It's rebounded by Salon. Stripped away. And the Jazz pushing it up now. Springer passes to George. Here's Filipowski. He's guarded by Bridges. And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
Well, we know what kind of scorer he is, but he could use a little help.
Charlotte leading by 15. Pass to Simpson. Bridges outside. The 3. Rebounded by the Jazz. Here's Springer. To the middle. Here's Martin. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
4th personal foul. 2nd team foul. At the line for the Jazz, Kenyon Martin Jr. 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he drops it first. And Charlotte making a change here. Curry's checked in. And so he hits both. About a minute and a half into the 4th now. Here's Simpson. Floats one. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. It goes on Keontae George.
At the line for your Hornets, Josh Green, taking 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
And really strong at the line since the break.
And both free throws good for Green. We're just over a minute and a half now into the 4th. Here's Springer. Over Curry, and the basket by Springer. Bridges outside. And here's Curry for 3. Oh, he hits that one. 8 for 11 and remaining a thorn in the D side.
He's hit a pair of 3s each half, making a significant impact.
Pass to Filipowski. And there's a 3-second violation.
It's so easy to get frustrated when you make mistakes, but you have to keep battling.
Yeah, it's definitely a momentum shifter, but it's time to refocus, make smart decisions, and start fighting their way back.
The Jazz making a switch here. Sheboy's checked in. Here's Bridges. And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a 3-point play.
Miles Bridges, 1 shot.
Jazz trail by 19. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th. Martin, the pass to George. Martin with a screen on Green. George, no good. Charlotte has gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. Back to Bridges. Up again. Controls the rebound and the putback. And the Hornets lead by 21.
What a difference a half can make. As much as he struggled in the first 2 quarters, he certainly made up for it with his play in the second half.
The Hornets have got 3 of 6 shots to go in this fourth quarter. Pass to Curry. Rebounded by Shibwe. Shibwe's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Springer. Green covering. And a miss there on the triple. Charlotte leading by 19. Oh, there's the alley. Throw it down on the lob.
Oh, great teamwork right there.
Hey, you got to love the finish. Bringing it down with some attitude. Inside. Here's Martin. Nice D from Bridges. The Hornets have got 4 of 8 shots to drop here in this final quarter. Pass to Green. From outside, off the mark. And so George will bring it up for the Utah Jazz. Here's Shibwe. Grant, it seems like teams today are much more data-driven than in years past.
Yeah, I agree, B.A. It's much more sophisticated. And, of course, coaches and executives are still watching the games and forming their gut opinions. But now those impressions can be cross-checked with the numbers.
And it's Utah with the ball. Here's Collier. Pass to Springer. Shot clock at 6. Here's Martin. He can't get that one to fall.
Well, I hate to say it, but he hasn't done a lot to help their cause tonight. He's been a little erratic from the floor.
This run has been fueled by their Matador defense.
Williams is checked in for Green.
Miles Bridges.
That's good from Bridges. And we haven't seen a new franchise join the NBA stand since the Charlotte Bobcats in 2003. 20 years later, though, things seem to be percolating a bit.
Well, you've seen it, Brian. There's some deep pockets out there and some great markets, all vying to get into the action. And we know that the NBA is all about growth.
Outside Curry. Outside, Williams. Clock at 6. Here's DeLong. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a three-point play.
You know, that was an excellent play right there, using his strength to power through contact.
For the Jazz, Filipowski, he's checked in for Shibwe, and Sensabaugh subbed in for George.
Surefire, one-handed stuff.
Yeah, with his focus, he's not going to miss that. The 3 from Curry, and it goes. That makes him 9 for 13 now.
Well, he's already hit more threes since halftime than he did in the whole first half. He might have figured something out.
Shot from 12. That one rolls around and rims out. The Hornets have gotten 8 of 13 shots to find the basket in the fourth quarter. Utah has got nothing to fall from outside the arc here in the fourth. 0 for 4. Pass to Martin. Down low. Oh, they pick off the pass. The kick out, Curry. And Charlotte, another 3.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Here's Filipowski. Williams defending. Here's Collier. Over to the left wing. And it's going to be a 3-second call. All right, Stan, what's one rule you change if you could be commissioner for a day?
Well, first thing I want to know, Brian, if I get to be commissioner for the day, for that day, do I get Adam Silver's salary?
100%.
Brian, I'd get rid of all the replays.
All the replays, no more reviews. Human factor.
No reviews, no challenges. Let's play the game and keep the flow of the game going.
Filipowski, the pass to Martin. And miss after miss right now.
Yeah, he's just not himself right now. He's getting decent opportunities like this one, but just failing to convert.
Here's Williams. And the layup is good off the glass.
Absolutely ruthless. He's not about to start showing mercy now.
Yeah, he's leaving no doubt in this one, doing everything he can to slam the door on a comeback.
Unloads. Shot's good by Sensabaugh. Sensabaugh's got 22.
Are you serious? I mean, he made the defender look silly right there. Just an epic move.
Pass to Williams. And that's basket number 9 for him. He's 9 for 10.
More points coming from inside. In that respect, they've been the more aggressive team.
Here's Sensabaugh. Will stand the minimum games threshold for postseason awards. It seems to be working as a motivator.
Well, especially, Brian, because those awards can impact player contracts. So that benchmark, 65 games, about 80% of the schedule, that's a bar that players are looking to surpass.
Do you like the 65 games, or would you like to see a different number?
I mean, I think it's great. If anything, I'd like to see it higher.
Green's checked in for Charlotte. George, he's checked in for Utah. Juzang comes in for Springer. The Jazz have gone just 6 of 14 in this final quarter. Pass to Sensabaugh. Here's Collier. 5 to shoot. Ooh, Williams with the block. And that'll be Utah's ball as it goes out of bounds. Jazz able to keep possession. Shot clock at 2. Juzang. And another miss by Utah. And so Curry will bring it up for Charlotte. Pass to Simpson. And here's Curry. Now here's Williams. And he trades another one. He's now 10 of 11 from the field.
The name of the game isn't scoring, it's scoring efficiency.
And stolen by Williams. Outside, Green. It's Williams, high post. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. Stan, there are lots of loud arenas in the NBA. What was the toughest place for you to win?
Well, Brian, it was against whoever had the best players on the other side.
And you can see how scary this team can be when everything is clicking for them. Just a terrific performance for the Hornets.
And you don't usually see this kind of blowout, but tonight they delivered the punishment.
I mean, what's so impressive is they never wavered in their approach. They just kept at it and showed they were without a doubt the better team.
And they add to the win column, their 19th victory this year.
And that's a sweep of the season series. It's clear who the matchup favored. They'll wish they could have seen more of these guys.
And we get spoiled sometimes, but we should take a second to appreciate what a sensational performance this has been for Mark Williams.
He really influenced the game with his rebounding. Just a stellar performance. With all the work he put in, he's gonna sleep well tonight.
And for the Jazz, they're shooting the rock well at 46%. Here's Sensabaugh. He's covered by Curry. Sensabaugh, no good. Pass to Simpson. Curry, a screen on George. Here's Simpson. They get it again. Oh, he tries a 3. Nails it from 3.
Impressive job by this team. And you really can't discount the impact of this crowd here.
No, I'd be lying if I said the crowd doesn't have an impact. It's certainly felt from the head coach all the way down.
Want to score in the NBA? Picks can really force the D to make tough choices.
And so it's the Hornets taking care of business in this one. We saw 2 different teams tonight. One played with confidence, operating flawlessly. The other just looked lost.
And the energy in